All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Super Pro 6, Coleman versus JING. But first, we have La Tempestad versus Jason McKay in a battle between heavyweights, a ranked match that will determine the future for these two men who have not had the most of luck. Neither has picked up a ranked win in Super Pro so far. Scott McKay being a younger prospect, you would expect such results to take time. But for La Tempestad, somebody who came in with a lot of hype, with a lot of flash, with a little bit, certain people questioning whether or not he's entirely unsupernatural.
Making his way to the ring from Los Angeles, California, weighing in at 261 pounds, Storm.
There we have it, Storm, La Tempestad. As I was saying, we have somebody here who came in riding a wave of momentum before he even stepped between the ropes. And at 0-2, failing twice in the Super Pro Heavyweight Grand Prix. First being eliminated by Marko Jing, and then when Marko Jing was injured, he was eliminated by Taurus Fire from being an option as an alternate in this tournament. Now, this is his first ranked match since the tournament. This is our first heavyweight match since the tournament. And we will have to see what the results are.
And his opponent from Glasgow, Scotland, weighing in at 282 pounds, Jason McKay.
There he is, the Scottish man, Jason McKay of the Clan McKay. I think I might have called him Scott McKay earlier. There's an error on my part. He's got a cousin. Now Scott, as I mentioned before, maybe might have the ability to bounce back from his loss in the Grand Prix. That was Billy Hacksaw in the first round. He might be able to bounce back from his loss a little bit easier, given his he doesn't have expectations set so high. Both these men, two of the taller members of the heavyweight roster, not named Taurus Fire, so that should be an interesting dynamic. Neither one really used to fighting men of similar size to themselves. And here we go. La Tempestad immediately with that heel toss. When you get two big boys, they're gonna do big boy moves. Stomping on the case chest. Maybe a little bit of frustration evident early on from the Los Angelian sensation. Big boot putting McKay down. Playing to the crowd. Goes for a pinfall. Less than a minute in, gets exactly the result that you would expect. Okay, now fighting off what might have been another heel toss. Big shoulder check there. Scotsman won't go down without a fight. Gut wrench. Powerbomb? Gut wrench suplex? Gut wrench yeet? Just kind of and a heel toss of his own. Anything you can do, I can do better. Including culturally insensitive impressions, apparently. All right, Jason McKay now trying to enforce some offense. Gets reversed by La Tempestad. Rolls to the outside. I don't know if he'll find any safety there. As always with a ranked match, we have a 15 count. Not come into play here. They return immediately to the center of the ring. Leg sweep flatliner style move there by Jason McKay. Irish whip, or should we call it a Scottish whip? I'm not sure. Again to the outside. Round kick to the chest of La Tempestad. And this is another issue that you may be running into. When you walk around promoting this aura of invincibility, you're gonna have issues when people realize you're human. You know? It's gonna pendulum swings both ways, as it were. So Jason McKay here, no problem from a mentality standpoint as far as manhandling this guy who has 2 losses in this promotion already. And I don't know how many times you have to lose in ranked competition before you guys start worrying about maybe being cut. But 2 in a row in a heavyweight division that is pretty stacked. It's not a great time. We're at a 10 count now as La Tempestad rolls Jason McKay back into the ring. I swear to God, if I called him Scott McKay again, I'm going to drive my brain through the desk. Irish whips him into the corner and attacks those long legs. When you're tall, the bigger targets, and McKay returns the favor by kicking at Tempestad's kneecap. Gets him up, just lets him fall. It's another consequence of the size. You don't have to lift somebody terribly high to get a roundhouse kick to the side of the dome. That is not something you want to do. 2 count. Not quite enough. That could knock out just about anybody, but when you're dealing with heavyweights, you got harder chins. Arm drag by La Tempestad. Seems to be getting his bearings back, and because of that, he gets suplex tossed. No chance to recover for the Storm of Los Angeles. Oh. Driving the Tempestad, neck first right onto that giant knee of his. Puts him in that gut wrench again and drives him down. La Tempestad has taken a lot of damage from young Jason McKay here. Okay, now with the abdominal stretch. You know, McKay's finish is the has not, I believe McKay has not, forgive my stumbling over my words, I believe McKay has not used the sharpshooter in a match so far here in Super Pro, but it is a tactic that he has drilled a lot. It's a tactic that he's brought up in interviews, talking about something that he looks to use here in the future. Maybe wearing down Tempestad with that abdominal stretch was to sort of warm him up for that sharpshooter. Tempestad now into the Samoan drop. Maybe a shout out to our companion Samuel Hunt, who will be fighting later tonight. But look at this! It's the lightning crashes. 1, 2, 3, and that's it. That's the end of it. Jason McKay has gone down for the 3 count. As La Tempestad claims victory for the first time in Super Pro Championship Wrestling, maybe securing his job. And now it's Jason McKay who goes forth 0-2, and we will have to see how the young upstart giant deals with such loss of momentum. But we cannot dwell on that, for as I mentioned earlier, we have Samuel Hunt in action against Ultimo Extremo, and that's 2 fights in a row here for Super Pro 6, where we have somebody's O has got to go. Nobody here has won, so somebody's got to win. Somebody's got to win. Ultimo Extremo, we saw him make his debut in the Super Pro 5 Aztec Royale. we will have to see. He fared decently well in the match. Did not make it to the last two or anything, but did get in a lot of offense on a lot of different guys. And it was the standout of that match was the Ultimo Extremo's ability to use his long legs to strike. Samuel Hunt, of course, also likes, you know, he fancies the super kick, he fancies round kicks, enziguris, that kind of thing. But Extremo is substantially taller. With Extremo standing at 6'4" and Samuel Hunt standing at just 5'11", you know, fighting in this super middleweight range contest, you're going to get a very large advantage at range striking for Ultimo Extremo. And you would think that success for Hunt is going to have to come from shortening that distance, from doing moves that maybe he isn't so used to doing. He is fond of the Samoan drop. That might be something that he needs to rely on. It's a move that requires you to get lower on your opponent to lift him up. Just pretty easy to do when your guy is 5 inches taller than you.
And his opponent.
Here he is now.
Auckland, New Zealand, weighing in at 201 pounds, Samuel Hunt.
Samuel Hunt, another difference is a 22-pound difference between these two men. Coming in at the very lowest and the very highest ranges of the weight class. Extremo might even have cut a couple pounds to get under 225 and just kind of overestimated it and got to 223. I wouldn't know. But Hunt is a guy who really doesn't have to cut water weight at all, which will affect your cardio, right? Expect Hunt to have a bigger gas tank in this, but expect Extremo to be packing on a little bit more strength and a little bit more muscle. As we see there, killer back suplex and the athleticism of the newcomer. The kip up. Samuel Hunt not having it. Backs him down, a couple round kicks to the back. Again, I mentioned the Samoan drop earlier. Those will do damage to the back. Maybe trying to warm that up a little bit. Or maybe just trying to get Ultimo Extremo to think about his back so he can target his legs or his head later. You never know. It's consistently attacking the back. Whoa! Diving crossbody and both men go over the ropes. Extremo right back up to his feet. The resiliency. The tenacity. Oh, and he eats a table for his troubles. And now with a clothesline. You see that, keeping that wrist clutch on that clothesline, it allows him to control the distance better. Extremo into the table again. And a Uranagi. Every Samoan has one. And Samuel hit his clean on the outside. At a 7 count now. 2 matches in a row between 2 winless competitors. And this is the 2nd match in a row now where we're seeing a lot of tenacious offense on the outside. Hunt now going for a pinfall. Only gets a 1 count. Strikes to the midsection, strikes to the body. And now, as I mentioned earlier, attacking that leg. Again, bigger targets. Oh, and now it's Extremo who gets lower. Puts him up for that double leg takedown. Daniel Cormier style. Although Cormier favors a single leg, but it's close enough, kids. It's close enough. Slingshotting Samuel Hunt off of that top rope. Whoa! The height on that elbow. Good God. Hunt not having it. Kicks out. Now Extremo with a round kick of his own. To the back of Hunt. Hunt not having any of it. Right back up to his feet. Hits him with a clothesline. Super kick. Super kick. He's out. As God's my witness, that man is out. He's unconscious. 1, 2, 3. It's over. Samuel Hunt with the flash knockout via super kick. The move that I said that he couldn't hit. The move that I told him not to hit. He hits him. He hits him square in the face with it and gets the knockout. Anybody with a will and 2 legs has a kicker's chance. That's how the saying goes. Ultimo Extremo, presumably, seemed to be taking control in the ring after Hunt had success in the early moments of the match, but I guess it was not enough. He got caught, got caught with his arms down. You got to keep your hands up. Even when your guy is seemingly too short to kick you in the face, he still kicks you in the face.
Here is your winner, Samuel Hunt.
Samuel Hunt now. His first victory in Super Pro Championship Wrestling, beating back the young debutee. And what does this mean for a super middleweight division that is not the most defined? We know our champion, Ramel Diaz, had to have been watching this match with a little bit of interest. Certainly far away from a title shot, but only 1 or 2 more wins. Now, next up, we have Lobo Dorado versus Joseph Marquez in a Cruiserweight ranked match. And, okay, that's a 3rd one in a row. Super Pro 6 is the battle of O's. Nobody gets a win. But a lot of debuts, a lot of first-time ranked competitors.
Making his way to
Lobo
the
Dorado
ring.
being one of them. Previously, he did a tag team action against La Copa Nostra, Cosa Nostra. Excuse me, pardon me. Lobo Dorado, as mentioned before, had a lot of success over there, Wildfire Pro Wrestling in Japan. And looking to maybe replicate that in the homeland, the home country, maybe trying to just find a new way. Now, Joseph Marquez, despite the name, actually American, from the great city of Philadelphia. And so this would be a bit of East Coast versus south of the border. These 2 men, not necessarily a personal blood feud, but hey, if you're gonna win, you're gonna have to fight somebody. You're gonna have to put somebody down. Here he comes.
And his opponent from Philadelphia,
Flat on that
Pennsylvania,
Stone Cold Mark
weighing in at 230 pounds, Joe America's Sweetheart Marquez.
Crowd not super receptive. We are in Mexico City, here at Arena Mexico, historic home several lucha promotions. So not the most pro-America crowd here. You could even say that maybe there's a wall between Joseph Marquez and the crowd as far as ideologies go. But that would be horrifically on the nose. Nobody would say that. Here we have men exchanging holes. Marquez getting the better of it with that trip. Into the corner. Now Dorado throwing Marquez off the ropes, but Marquez having none of it. Locks himself up. A little bit of a brawl going on between these two boys. A lot of hard shots. Punches, clotheslines, backhands. Mixing it up, but upper body only, I guess. Street rules! Offense in on Marquez while he's down. Not anywhere near enough though, as Marquez kicks out at one. Now drop kick to the back of the neck. No sympathy for the White Devil here by Lobo Dorado. Shoulder check by Marquez. Marquez, of course, battled for the Cruiserweight title. Back at, I believe, Super Pro 3? Was not enough. To defeat Juarez. Or no, maybe he did not. No, Marquez fought Adam Blackwell back at Super Pro 4. That is a mistake on my part. I apologize. If I say that, Marquez kicking out at one. Lobo Dorado consistently on the offense here. And it seems to have pissed off Marquez. Dorado now to the top rope. What's he looking for? Is he waiting? It looks like he's waiting, perhaps, for Marquez to get up. And he decides against it. Hashtag, what a heel. All right, now Marquez puts him up. Shin breaker. Yeah, I've seen those snap guys' shins in half. Like, those are not... The people, like, see that move and they think, oh, you know, it's just a shin breaker, but, like, yeah, it's just a shin breaker until your shin is broken, and then it's a match. That is one of those things. You don't eat your vitamins, you don't drink your milk. You're not walking again after you get hit with them. That's a tough move. You can see now, Marquez landing a consistent barrage onto Lobo Dorado after that maneuver. And really rallying here since being tossed to the outside. No, still nothing. Back and forth, back and forth. Lobo with the ironically European uppercut. Slide in the center of the ring. Neither man wants to budge. Almost hits the ref there. Good God. Super kick. Super kick. And God is my witness. Marquez is getting up. Marquez won't stay down. Dorado rolls him up, 1, 2, and the crowd chanting in English for the benefit of Joseph Marquez. This is awesome. Back elbow. Arm. Here it is. Manifest Destino. Is it enough? He gets him up. DDT. He's looking for another one. Joseph Marquez. him off the ropes. Seen this before. Pop up, power bomb. 1, 2, and Lobo Dorado kicks out. How that rallying from the super kick was impressive. Lobo Dorado eating Joseph Marquez's offense like a Pop-Tart. Side of the ring, goes for a pin, and puts his feet on the ropes for leverage. How dastardly. Doesn't get the pin. Marquez in the corner, drop kick to the spine. And Marquez again, right back up to his feet. What will it take? That means his spine, slamming him into the mat. It's going to be Joseph Marquez shaped dent there when we look at it later. Monkey flip, and again landing directly on that back. Devastating knee by Joseph Marquez. Now he's going up top. And he hits him with the elbow. 1, 2. No, Lobo Dorado not having any of it. Kicks out again. I mentioned somebody's always got to go. These men are desperate for a win here tonight. Sit out, Uranagi. Lobo Dorado. What's he thinking about here? Other side of the ring, he's calling Joseph Marquez up. He's calling him up. Springboard. European uppercut. That'll rattle your ancestors. Marquez, 2. Jesus. Still alive is Joseph Marquez. America's sweetheart still beats. Or the neck crank by Lobo Dorado. Some frustration. Why not throw a neck crank at him, right? You get him with the kitchen sink. Gets him up. Oh yeah, here's the gory special flatliner. Is that finally enough? No. Marquez will not go gently into that good night. Neckbreaker by Marquez. The amount of just blunt trauma that these two men have put themselves through here. We are about 2/3 of the way through, or rather about halfway through our match. A little bit more than that. Another manifest Destino. He doesn't even go for the pin. He's a madman. He's a madman. Samoan drop. Marquez now, I think, knows that he's going to just have to keep pouring on the offense on Lobo Dorado. Don't pin him till he's dead. And honestly, this might do it. He's going to bring him up to the top rope here. It's a high-risk maneuver. He hits him with a top rope powerbomb, sending him clear across the ring. Goes for the pin. And still not enough. Lobo Dorado is hungry like a wolf for that win, ladies and gentlemen. Attacking the leg. Clothesline, Lobo Dorado goes down like a sack of potatoes. Neck crank of his own. Lobo Dorado reversing fortune possibly with that arm drag. Puts him on the ropes, throws him out of the ring. If at first you don't succeed, just try beating his ass outside the ring. That's how the saying goes, right? taking a huge amount of time. Oh, driving Marquez first into the side of the apron. Goes up. Moonsault. Howling at the moonsault. As Lobo Dorado pulls Marquez to the center of the ring. Goes outside again. What's he looking for here? Do we see another one of those crispy European uppercuts? Goes up and he hits another one. Driving Marquez's soul out of his body. I think Marquez can see the future right now. But somehow he fights out of it. Kicks Lobo Dorado off and knocks his head off. Decapitates the boy with a clothesline. Beating him up now on the ground. It almost feels redundant to call this offense because it's just Marquez kicks Lobo's ass. Lobo kicks Marquez's ass. And it just seems to be a never-ending cycle. As here we are 12 minutes and change into this match, ladies and gentlemen. This is going hard. That's into the ropes. Hop up, powerbomb for the second time tonight. Can that finally put away Lobo Dorado? 1, 2. No, he's still alive. This makes no sense. This make no sense. It's still going. Marquez now visibly frustrated. I'm visibly frustrated. This is like watching somebody try to open a bag of chips and they just can't do it, and it just goes on for like 17 minutes. But anyway, again, more big, hard-hitting offense by Marquez onto Lobo. Bouncing him down off of the mat. Goes for a pin, maybe hoping that damage in the arm. And that's what did it. I think he busted his arm, so Lobo Dorado couldn't kick out. He couldn't lift his shoulder up. He didn't have the arm. Just, hey, something's got to do it, right, ladies and gentlemen? Something's got to be the last move. And it turns out that if your opponent cannot be put away the old-fashioned way, you just got to make it physically impossible for them to put their shoulder up. You've got to just damage their upper body so much that asking to move that arm is just too much. It's just asking too much of a human being. Frankly, the fact that he even kicked out of the second pop-up powerbomb, the fact that he kicked out of Manifest Destino is like it was nothing.
America's sweetheart, Marquez.
Lobo Dorado is a complete monster tonight, and unfortunately tonight, he gets a loss in his first match, his first ranked match in Super Pro. But Joseph Marquez, what a way to get your first one in the win column here tonight. The Cruiserweight division, again, we are still early on in this iteration of the company. The Cruiserweight division wide open. Joseph Marquez looking to take advantage of that. And speaking of the Cruiserweight division, we have our second match in the Cruiserweight division. And I swear to God, when they booked this, I did not know that everybody was going to come in with 0 wins. But here we have TIBURON, NEGRO versus CLASICO. And ladies and gentlemen, you obviously remember that these two had a lot of offense against each other, had quite the encounter.
Making his way to the ring.
Super Pro 5 in the Aztec Royale. Of course, CLASICO had a brief rivalry in AAA with the original TIBURON Negro, and TIBURON Negro 2, possibly, there seems to be some debate backstage of whether or not it's on purpose, but allegedly took that theme that you're hearing right now as a way to take a dig at CLASICO. He knew he was coming out in the Aztec Battle Royale before CLASICO was, so he decided to take a little bit of steam off of him and crib his theme.
And his opponent.
That's petty, kid. You don't just take another guy's theme. That's fucking dirty. And CLASICO here, surely having no love lost for Black Sharks in general, now has a rivalry from nothing based purely on the this petty song choice. Clasico, of course, you know, somewhat infamously made his feelings about Tiburon known as early as Tiburon's entrance into the Aztec Battle Royale. Make no mistake, Clasico is very experienced, and we might see that be a strong differential between these two here tonight. We start off early, they lock up. Tiburon Negro Dos gets the advantage, hits him up. Oh, I thought I was going for a suplex there, instead opts for the neck breaker. Now these men are exactly the same, or almost the same weight. I believe they are 4 pounds apart from each other. Clasico, of course, being a little bit shorter, although heavier. You know, just some of that old man strength, I guess. Not terribly evident here tonight as Tiburon goes to work. Over the shoulder arm drag on Clasico. Classic move by the classic man. You know, I don't mean Jadena, although that is a jam. Tiburon now possibly having seen the way the last match ended, going for that arm. Of course, with the way that our booking works, we might very well see the winner of this match take on Joseph Marquez, depending on who it is. Tiburon here going for that crossface. Tiburon really putting in the legwork here tonight, really taking it to the veteran, really trying to inflict a lot of old school methodical offense. And that was not methodical at all. It was a powerful German suplex. Let's go now fighting Alvid. Better move. The jawbreaker. And that's got to be the story tonight. Clasico gets a little bit of something. And Tiburon just does not let him build any momentum. Down kick to the back. Possibly the most used move in Super Pro history. That good old round kick to the back. I mean, it's a big target and it's a fun move. And, you know, it's basically kicking a soccer ball, but it's a dude. So, you know, Clasico now getting some of that offense in, some of that momentum that I mentioned earlier, beating Tiburon Negro down to the mat. This is with that double axe handle. Pays for it. Only a 1 count. Not enough. Got him up. Salida del Sol. Is this enough? Put away Clasico. No. No, it is not. Pulls him up. Gets a 1 count. Not gonna pull a fast one on the veteran there. But maybe you can get him with the deep waters. And no, Clasico, again, if anybody knows deep waters, it's gotta be the almost 30-year veteran that is Clasico. Shark goes off, top rope with that frog splash, misses horribly. Again, we see Clasico trying to beat him down, trying to take some of that steam off the younger opponent. And drag again, and a backbreaker. Tiburon Negro does. Tiburon Negro. Gets that rear chin lock in there. Now, it's not a proper rear naked choke, you can tell by the hands, but guys have gotten taps from that before. Not Clasico though. Clasico, made the mistake not controlling the body. Clasico manages to eke out the side, get out the back door. Hits him with that blockbuster. Down the leg. It's like a inverted figure four maybe, or maybe that's a classic figure four, hard to tell. But it was not a good time for Tiburon Negro Dos. An arm drag of his own. Still targeting that leg, Clasico. Now Clasico lifting up Tiburon Negro Dos. They're driving him into the mat. Clasico's going up. Whoa! It baited Tiburon Negro Dos getting up before Clasico can hit the move. Trying to capitalize now. 1, 2, a kick out. You saw how close that was to ending the match. Clasico hit the mat hard. That's like a car crash. Could not look away. And now he would face into the turnbuckle. Tenacity between these two. Just rising up. That's the word of the day, tenacity. Super kick. Pops him up. Whoa, looked like he might have been going for the Clasico clash. Tiburon Negro Jr. Tiburon Negro Dos. Sorry, por favor. Pardoname. Gets him up to hits the deep waters. Turning that momentum against Clasico. 1, 2. No, Clasico kicks out. Still swimming. Still swimming. Clothesline by Clasico. Oh, another stiff lariat. Looking for here. This time he gets him up. Clasico clash. Rolls him over for the pin. Just finished a lot of legends. 1, 2. No, I really thought that was 3. That was super close. Tiburon Negro Dos barely escaping by the skin of his fin. Saluted a soul. That's the pin of his own. And no, both of these men, similar to the last match, just pounding the shit out of each other. Pump handle, gut buster. Tiburon going to the top rope again. Goes for a shooting star press, bounces off Clasico's knees, no matter, kicks right up. And that is the power of youth, ladies and gentlemen. That is what happens when you don't have decades of wear and tear on your body. You can just get up from stuff like that. Clasico trying to get some offense in. Gets a couple shots in the corner. Spinning back fist, 2 in a row. Something you don't see very often. Now, digging into the legs of Clasico now. Tiburon Negro Dos covering the middle of the ring. No. These men are doing a lot of work here tonight. Moonsault off the middle rope. Misses completely. And now Clasico going for a figure 4 again. He's got it. And TIBURON fighting his way out the old-fashioned way because you can just punch people in the face. Spinning back press again. Taking him into the middle rope there. Now it's TIBURON going after that knee. Those repeated elbow drops. Hard here as we are down to the last third of this match. Less than 5 minutes. TIBURON gets him up, hits him with a massive power bomb, flips over him, maximum leverage. It's not enough. Is it ever enough to put CLASICO away for good? Deep waters. Not enough once again. The arm breaker there. TIBURON. Yeah, submission maneuver of his own there. Yeah, if that could get the tap. And no, lets it go. Realizes that the veteran strike to his pride would be too much. CLASICO wants nothing to do with it. There. Another kick out by CLASICO. It doesn't seem like anything could put either of these guys down. We got 12 minutes into this match. This could very well go the distance. Irish whip. Hits him with a backhand strike, and just the wear and tear on these guys. It didn't knock them down for force. It was just too much pain. I mean, Boston Crab, not enough. What's he looking for here off the ropes? Oh! Shot in his neck, hot shot straight there. He's looking for a dive to the outside. Oh, flying clothesline to the outside. I don't know how TIBURON got up after that, much less CLASICO. Throwing him back in the ring. Go for the cover, my boy. You've got 2 minutes. These men have been battling for 13 minutes. Goes up there for another Salida del Sol. And no, CLASICO still won't give in. He won't give in. European uppercut. Arm wrench. Pulls him up. Pressure on the shoulder joint. Flips him over. CLASICO here proving that he's got all of the tools in his arsenal. But there's one tool that we have not yet seen here tonight, and that is the CLASICO splash. We'll have to see. Wait, he's up. European uppercut. He knocks CLASICO out of the sky. CLASICO managed to avoid that kick, but I think he's out on his feet. I think he's done in that clothesline. Good Jesus. He's out. He's out. It's over. It's over. TIBURON Negro Dos with the victory, just knocking out the veteran Clasico here tonight. Tonight, youth, durability, and resilience overcame all the experience in the world, because sometimes you don't get your fairy tale ending, kids. Sometimes the younger, stronger, faster guy just cleans your fucking clock, and you gotta live with that existence. With that victory, TIBURON Negro Dos goes to 1-1 in ranked matches here at Super Pro. Clasico falls to 0-1. You might remember TIBURON fought Flores Jr. for the Cruiserweight title for the initial inaugural matchup for that. Maybe a short path to get back to a title shot now after a performance like that, going nearly the full 50 minutes.
Here is your winner.
I don't remember exactly what the clock said, but they had to be, 14 and a half minutes in by the time it was over. I do not think that tonight is the last we've seen of these two. I think Clasico will return. I think, the matchup will have to make sense. They'll have to fight his way back up in the rankings, but I don't know if this will be it for them. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we will hear from Hero Ramirez about him and his father, who were attacked at Super Pro 5 by men whose still have not identified. We still don't know who they are. Here he is now in the ring. Let him speak. Perdóname, amigos, pero no tengo tiempo para discursos. Solo tengo dos solicitudes. Quiero saber quiénes son estos hombres que atacaron a mi padre, y quiero venganza.
Vengeance? You want vengeance? Let me tell you a story. In every advanced civilization on this planet, cultures have evolved enough to show credence and to show fealty to the dragon. That includes your own. But what do we have here in Super Pro Championship Wrestling? You worship this. Nepotism in a cheap suit. The reality of the situation is, Hero, you don't know who we are, but you know exactly why we're here. And we can be anywhere. We could be in the crowd right now watching you. We could be in the locker room. We could be the guy getting you your drinks before the show. The dragon is everywhere. You may have noticed it has a new voice and a new face, but in case you got it confused, the Dragon King is dead. Long live the Dragon King. So if you want your vengeance, you're free to take it. No, this is gonna be between you and yours and me and mine, Hero Ramirez. You dragged that carcass of an old man you call Padre out here for one final hurrah in front of a Super Pro audience. And the Dragon Cult will show you the path, whether you choose to take it before somebody dies in the middle of that ring, It's a choice that you will have to make.
Excuse me, ladies and gentlemen. We were not expecting that interruption in our broadcast. As first we have heard spoken from these men, apparently members of the Dragon Cult. But now we have to move on to our junior middleweight ranked match between KIYOKO and the debuting
Making her way to the ring
ASESINA.
from Seoul, South Korea, Romy.
Kyoko, of course, the first participant tonight to have a win here in Superstar Championship Wrestling. She welcomes the debutee, ASESINA, who, while winless in Superpro, represented Superpro back at Beer Bash Boston and came away with a victory. So you could say, you know, she's definitely in the good graces of Superpro. Kyoko here looking to derail the ASESINA hype train that you might be experiencing.
And her opponent, from parts unknown, the Assassin.
ASESINA, of course. No frills. No big poses. Not much of anything real too flashy. No giant pyro. Just a banger of a song. Some jeans, some gloves, and a mask. And we will have to say very much a dichotomy between Chic and Destroy over here and ASESINA. We will have to see how that plays out here tonight. Oh, Brainbuster immediately. Oh, ASESINA wasting no time. Bouncer, side headlock in here now. And when you go from head trauma like the Brainbuster immediately to a choke like this, you will actually sort of impair the brain's ability to recover, possibly do more lasting damage. Kyoko, of course, able to get out of the maneuver. Comes off the ropes, leapfrog by ASESINA, a little bit of athleticism by the newbie. And it's countered, and a leaping clothesline by Kyoko Romi. She has a stiff forearm, 3-4 in a row, and then a right hand. Just mix it up a little bit. Kick to the chest. It's on the ground. Oh, face wash. I don't care how thick your mask is. That's not going to feel good. Kyoko now goes for the cover. Doesn't even get a 1 count. Round kick to the back, as is tradition. Now choking out. A choke of her own. With the heel of her boot. So now going to the top turnbuckle. ASESINA getting up, but not in time to stop Kyoko from coming down with a big Hurricane Rana off the top rope. All that momentum. Just give yourself whiplash doing one of those. Breaker by ASESINA, drop kick, and a round kick to the back. Into the corner, flying knee into the corner, and a neck breaker. Tries to capitalize, but Kyoko sweeps the leg. Sweep the leg, Romy. Sweep the leg. ASESINA now knocking her to the outside. Kick to the back, bouncing down. Now driving her head off the turnbuckle, not the turnbuckle, the apron, forgive me. And again. repeated violence to the dome from ASESINA here. Very targeted, very deliberate offense. 6 count. Plenty of time as ASESINA throws KIYOKO back into the ring. Kicks to the spine and to the face. Working her over hard way. Goes up. Oh, and the small joint manipulation. The knees to the back. Just varied for load. Not for load. Very deliberate offense by KIYOKO then. Thrown into the ring post. Not sure what that was about. Looking out into the back elbow. Dragon suplex. Put so much into that, she took herself out. Now KIYOKO, ASESINA firing up. Firing up. 2 clotheslines. KIYOKO getting back. She doesn't want to stay down. Super kick. And a roundhouse kick. A hard roundhouse kick. A spinning roundhouse kick, rather. A spinning wheel kick. And she goes for the cover. 1, 2, 3. ASESINA gets a victory in her Super Pro debut here tonight. KIYOKO, you gotta think KIYOKO thought she had a lot of momentum going into that. Coming off a win in her last match, being a little bit more, having a lot more experience competing here in Mexico, but not enough. Put down KIYOKO Roman. Here we see excellent replay. That spinning wheel kick, execution style by ASESINA. All thrills, no frills.
Here is
Gets the job done here tonight. Wiping maybe some blood from her mask. I don't know, she kind of stiffed up KIYOKO there at the end. And now it is time for our main event of the evening as Casey Coleman takes on Marko Jing in a ladder match for a Super Pro contract. Now, you might be wondering why Super Pro 6 is the first show that we've had since the relaunch without a title shot, without a title match in the main event. It's because the rivalry between these two, despite never sharing a ring together, has become so heated that it warrants this kind of treatment.
From Venice Beach, California, weighing in at 265 pounds, Cowboy Casey Coleman.
As we see here, the announcer introducing Casey Coleman, the Venice Beach bad boy, as it were, member of 3 or 4 really great wrestlers just in his own generation of the Coleman family. Of course, Arthur Coleman's been a veteran for almost 2 decades. Dallas Coleman exploding onto the scene recently. But Casey Coleman here in Super Pro looks to have a bright future. He's starting to hit his physical prime, as you can see, obviously. But this match between him and Marko, as I will continue to explain while Marko makes his way out here, is very peculiar. Because Coleman so desperately wanted a second chance in that Super Grand Prix after he lost to Yamashita, our now Super Pro Heavyweight Champion, that he attacked Marko Jing backstage. He purposely injured him, he purposely put him on the sideline, hoping that he could get away with it and hoping that he would be able to receive an alternate spot. That didn't end up happening because once Pistolero, our CEO and owner and part owner, found out via security footage that it was Coleman who did the attack in the first place, he promptly fired the guy. Did not want to promote those kind of practices. Super Pro is supposed to be very sports-centered. But when you have guys like this who are executing on feuds that are not just about your career, but your very health, your very ability to perform, you're gonna get, you need matches like this. You need matches where everything is on the line, and everything is on the line. Because Coleman was fired, the only way Marko could get this match, to get his revenge, was to offer up his own employment as leverage, as a bet. So Marko goes from getting a win in the Super Pro tournament to possibly, if he loses here tonight, will be removed from the company. And Coleman, who was fired, will get a second chance. And Marko, you can see now, has no intention of letting that happen. He's laying in the strikes onto Casey Coleman. He Irish whipped him so hard out of the ring, he fell over his damn self. And you see the contract hanging over the ring, and almost as a consultation, as an additional bonus, that briefcase might actually be worth more than my contract as a commentator. It's a very expensive briefcase. Marko going right for it. You would expect these guys to want to sort of punish each other a little bit more, but maybe both men have realized now the importance of the stipulation. Coleman goes immediately for that contract. Remember, Coleman, this is not personal to Coleman. Coleman has made every one of his career moves based almost solely on what's best for me going forward. And if the best for him going forward is not punishing Marko and going straight for that contract, do not be surprised that he's doing so now. He goes for it here, beating Marko Jing down from the ladder. Marko Jing starts to recover here. Will he do it in time? And the combination on that lock, giving Coleman trouble. Marko picks him out of the air like a frisbee and plants him into the center of the ring. Clothesline. Off the ropes. And a flying clothesline as Marko Jing starts to fire himself up. Pop up European uppercut. That'll knock you out. We saw it before. Marko Jing has remarkable knockout power. That could be enough to keep Coleman unconscious for the rest of this match. You can see him, he's sitting up, he's recovering now. So Coleman, quite a chin on him as he starts to recover, but not completely, as Jing drives his face into the turnbuckle for good measure. It's that body lock. Fought off by Casey Coleman. And turnbuckle. No! Caught out of midair with the Uranagi. And Coleman wasting no time getting to that briefcase. And Jing just now recovering. Will it be enough? No, it's not. Jing not able to recover off of a massive Uranagi. And Casey Coleman has become a Super Pro employee once more. Sort of a bittersweet moment here from commentary, because Casey Coleman, great competitor. He's got a mean streak. He's got a will to win, unlike any other. But it's great to have him back in the company. But we now have to say goodbye to Marko Jing. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.